Comics the Magazine is the powerhouse periodical you need to have. From creator interviews to insightful articles, Comics delivers the best parts of the fandom each and every issue. It has an exclamation point in its name for a reason. So what are you waiting for? Get to your local comic shop and pick up the latest issue, and check out comicsthemagazine.com for more information. Comics the Magazine is what the fans are reading. Live from the 607, it's the Ocho Duro Parlay Hour, where we're talking everything movies, TV, comics, and entertainment. Join in the conversation on social media with the hashtag ODPH, because here we go. Welcome to an all-new edition of Fanlight Zone Presents. My name is Ken M. You know me as the host of the ODPH podcast. I'm also the editor-chief here at FLZ. To my left, you're right at home. He's one of our featured comic editors, and you know him as the host of 607 TWS, The Wrestling Show. Please give a warm welcome to Rich.
We are back with yet another amazing interview for another amazing book. And, you know, we don't always say this, but we can actually be like, hey, we have a friend on, because this is awesome. First time maybe here, different place, but a friend nonetheless.
Well, he's coming through with his lovely wife, and they have an amazing book out on Kickstarter. Amazing might be not enough a great enough adjective to describe this book, because I read it, I was floored. It is a captivating story of love, death, and life that is really going to lock you in and not let you go. And this is one you don't want to leave, because what is going on in these pages is absolutely incredible. You want to go to Kickstarter ASAP, go get a copy, go get two if you can afford to, go get multiple copies of this. You don't want to miss this. But then again, coming from the teams behind The Next Step and Armored, you know you have a winning book in your hand. That book name is Till Death. We are so excited to welcome Rachael Schaefer and Michael Schwartz to the show. Guys, what is going on?
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah,
thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for having me on again. I appreciate it.
Oh, you know you're welcome here anytime, and Rachel, you are too, because this book, oh my God, like it floored me when I read it. It's so incredible. How did this whole story come to be?
I'm gonna let you take that one.
Okay, I'll start. So it happened over a decade ago. I think 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
So my grandfather died like 30 years before my grandmother, and so they had bought their plots ahead of time. And so my grandfather's was there, and then the other half was blank. And my grandmother got a call from the cemetery saying, "Do you still want your plot? Because somebody wants to buy it." And it just got us starting to think about, like, well, what would happen if my grandmother had remarried and like had a whole new life? Would she still want to be married with my grandfather? Like, how does all that work? And then at the same time, Mike and I were driving across the country. Yeah. And I'll let you.
Yeah, we were doing a road trip. We were kind of relocating to LA, but we did this 3-week road trip from Toronto down to Florida, and then Florida across to LA. But it wasn't straight. It was like we stopped along the way and we did a ton of ghost tours. Like we just took in all the ghost tours in every town that we stopped in, basically. And I think a mix between, you know, what her grandmother, that call her grandmother got, and us being newlyweds. We were newlyweds, actually, right?
Yeah.
Like it had been about a year. And so it all kind of just came together, but we never knew what to do with the story. We just sat on it. And every year we'd be like, we got to do something with that. And then as Armored was getting close to, I think, coming out, was it coming to shops when we were like, oh no, it had been kickstarted and it was coming close to coming on to shops maybe, and we're like, let's just make it a graphic novel. Let's do this. This is the perfect medium for it.
And it absolutely is. I mean, listen, get the whole story out there. It's a great story. And unlike Ken and myself, not everybody has obviously got a chance. It is on Kickstarter now. I can't stress enough to order it. Mm-hmm. But what is and mind you, you don't have to put restraints on it. I just call it the elevator pitch, because that is what it is. So if you want to pretend you're on the Empire State Building elevator, that is perfectly fine. But what is the elevator pitch? Till death.
You want me to do it? Do you want to do it?
Okay. So basically, our main character, Vivian, is as a housewife. She dies in the 1960s. She's only like 20 in her mid-20s. Her spirit is tied to her body in the cemetery. And she thinks once her husband dies, they'll ascend together. And so in modern day, she learns her husband is buried in a cemetery across the country. So she's feeling hopeless until she meets this man who's had a near-death experience, who can see ghosts. So she convinces him to dig up her bones and take her across the country to confront her husband.
But by doing this, she breaks an afterlife rule. You cannot move your bones somewhere else. And these Grim Reapers, essentially, these afterlife reapers, come after her and pursue them. And along the way, they have to like dodge a serial killer, a house that's basically everyone was murdered in. The police come after them. It's a road trip, essentially, that they go on. Yeah.
It is more than a road trip. I mean, this is just a journey, but I mean, that to try putting that in I love how you captioned that, because like there is just so much going on with this book from start to finish. But like I say, it is going to absolutely floor readers when they get these in their hands and they can check it out. And Michael, you're no stranger to writing in the realm of supernatural. What is the biggest draw to you in writing in this theme?
I have no idea. I'm like in my ghost era, right? It's the ghost era. And because, well, Rachel and I, okay, so we started as a writing team. Like our career, like you were working at a production company. I was working at a production company in sales. And then you were doing development work at a company, and they were like looking for projects, and we came up with a project. And so we started our careers as a writing team. But in the beginning, we were always coming up with ideas, and there was a lot of ghost ideas in there. I don't know what it is. Rachel and I are definitely attracted to the paranormal. I would say, like, I'm more of a horror fan than she is, but the one place where we overlap is she loves ghost movies, I love ghost movies, ghost stories in general. Like I said, we've stayed in the most haunted town in America. We're kind of into that. I think ghosts, we just are surrounded by it. And yeah, I don't know. Do you have any more to say about that? Or?
Yeah. I agree.
No, I was going to say, you already said when you were going across country, you went to visit a bunch of haunted places. So yeah. I figured maybe you're into the ghosts a little bit, which is great.
Yes.
I mean, let's be honest. It's always a fun time. Well, maybe not for some people, but
yeah.
There's a good amount of people that love it. But Rachel, coming into the world of comics and writing a comic book with Michael, what has been your initial reaction to just the whole process?
I love it. I mean, it's slow. It's been a slow process. Like, I think we started writing about 3 years ago. But I think what I sort of love about it is it's so visual. And so even when we were writing it, it was a lot of like, how can I say that? How can I show this without saying it? Like, that was like a big thing at top of mind. So we really put a lot of faith in Gaia and her art and how to like show things without having to be explicit or add, thought bubbles or dialogue or whatever. But yeah, and I love seeing it come to life. I feel like just the writing is a bit of a blueprint without the house so to get the art and everything, it was awesome.
Yeah, I let me add to that, because there was one thing that was so interesting about this book is I do think there's a bit more control in doing comics. And where I think we saw it is we would get pages from Gaia and be like, wow, where did she come up with that? And then we'd look back at the script and it was like, oh, we wrote that. And it was like, but still, it was the way that she just got it. She nailed it. Every single page. Yeah.
Nice. I mean, it definitely shows on the pages. There's no question about that. And especially with, a lead character such as Vivian. I mean, for both of you, without spoiling anything, what do you think is her most well-known trait or characteristic? Because she goes through a lot of different phases in this book.
Yeah.
She's very much rooted in her time, I would say. Okay. So she's, in the 60s, she's sort of on the cusp of like what a traditional middle-class housewife is, but at the verge of like feminism and that movement. And so she sort of has to face who she really is, I guess. Like, she's really blocked out a huge part of herself. And in this journey, she has to recognize her full person and who she was when she was living.
That's good without spoiling. I was like, that's tough.
I was gonna say that's the hard part. The hard part is always like, where is too far or where is too short? Because trust me, especially when you're trying not to, it's even harder. Like for us, so sometimes I'm just like, I'm not gonna say anything and just move on because I'm definitely the person that's like, oh, I want to say, or we start talking in circles. So that's my favorite. It's like, I mean, and I know, and then I'll mention, I know I'm talking in circles, but I don't want to spoil it. But we can spoil it. Is the art in this is phenomenal. Gaia Cardinelli is the artist on the book. What made her the perfect artist for this project?
That's a tough. Well, I think the colors stood out to us.
Yeah.
When you're driving across the country and you see those sunsets in America, she just, I don't know, she just has a way of like, she's Italian, so she lives in Italy, but she captured the American countryside like just so well, which I'm like, could we, as North Americans capture Europe as well as she captured? I don't know. It all has like a feel. Like she just, I don't know. That's what when we saw her art, we were like, we just loved her line work. We loved the colors really stood out the most. And we wanted, we're dealing with very dark subject matter throughout, even the theme, which I don't want to spoil, but her art gives a bit of lightness to it, I'd say.
Yeah, and I think like especially juggling that theme going on too, it is difficult. And I would say, imagine for the writing part of that has to be extremely challenging, wouldn't you say?
I guess so. We had such a good time writing it. It was like we just went through like a weird phase where, Rachel was working, adapting a graphic novel for Netflix, and then that got canned. My visual effects career went under, and we just had suddenly found ourselves with time and the ability to write it together again. While it was dark, it was a great experience to work with each other again.
And then, you know what? Sometimes everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And like I said, the finished product, as being fortunate enough to see it, really shines through. So it really actually worked out in the long run of things. I mean, as far as like being able to put something together that's really going to listen. I'm not just saying it because you're here. People are going to want to buy it because it's going to like stand the test. You can open it up. You can hand it to somebody who's not even a comic book fan, because graphic novels are a little different anyways, in their essence. It is a comic, which is longer form, but people who read novels are going to get into this. Like it's in the art is fantastic. Like you're not, it takes you on a ride in a much longer form.
Yes.
And then you mix the art in, and it's just it's great. I'm just throwing it out there. But putting this through Kickstarter, and Michael, you're no stranger to Kickstarter. Obviously, Armored is fantastic. Another book. If you haven't been reading,
1,000,000%
what
go
are you
get
doing?
that. Yeah,
it is all of them are every single issue plus the trade hardcover, not paperback. I'm just showing is in my collection currently. But anyways, the sticker is on.
The sticker is still on here. That's how much we represent.
Oh man, we gotta get some death stickers. We gotta get some death stickers.
Funny part is it is also on my computer, but I have the iPad here. But anyway.
We forgive you.
So I was gonna say we're definitely repping it up. But anyways, indie comics are in a boom, and it obviously every genre you can imagine, it's fantastic. I always champion it. Ken always champions it. How does it feel being able to do indie comics in this boom period where, like I said, every genre, every idea is not off the table?
Yeah, I think it's a great time. People seem to be embracing indies a lot. Like, we noticed it with Armored. Armored sold, I think I told you guys issues 4 and 5 sold out when they came out, which is rare for an indie. To break even is rare. Where we got hit was Diamond going under. That really hit us hard. I hit all the indies hard because you have to like scramble to find new avenues to distribute your books, right? And thankfully Clover was set up at like Lunar, and they're getting set up at Universal, but it was hard. Like we had to keep calling it a bit of a hiatus with Armored right now because of what happened with Diamond. And then Ishmael ended up on another series that I ended up writing a one-off for this series that'll be coming out. Actually, it's on Kickstarter right now as well. It's called The Iron Golem. So you guys should check that out. Ishmael from Armored does some of the artwork for that. So definitely check out that book. I think it's issue 1 they're kickstarting. But yeah, it's been good. Even walking around the Toronto Comic and Art Arts Festival here like a month ago. You noticed it's all indies, like, and it's fun seeing those. Like, there's an excitement around there. Obviously, there's a ton of excitement around DC and the Absolute universe, but you're finding that people are like really into indies. Like every convention I do, I find I'm selling out of Armored. Like I'll bring a big box and I'm like, oh, I won't sell out of this, and then I do. So
yeah. Well, I mean, Armored is just a whole other entity of itself. Like I say, amongst the independent comic community fans, like when that book came out, everybody's gravitating towards it, and it's one of the books that I think has just exploded via word of mouth, and that's just one of the beauty things of Kickstarter. And the book is just phenomenal too to begin with. But
thank you.
And especially going into the Kickstarter concept too, Michael, you're no stranger to Kickstarter, but for you, what has been the biggest change since the last campaign? And for Rachel, this is your first experience with Kickstarter. What has been your takeaways from this?
Well, you go first. Yeah,
oh gosh, I'm a little like not attached to outcome.
You can't be.
You can't be. I was so excited to just make this. Like I just enjoyed the process so much. So everything is just sort of a joy. Like to hear feedback from you both saying you enjoyed the read, like to getting, backers on Kickstarter. Like it's just it's just cherry on top. Like I just so enjoyed the process and getting to see it through to fruition that I don't know. I'm just having a good time.
Yeah, that's the thing. We try not to take it too seriously. Obviously, we wanted to hit that goal, and we hit it within 7 hours. So we were funded within 7, thanks to you guys, obviously. But it was... it's still nerve-wracking. Like Kickstarter is there because everyone's watching to see what happens, right? Everyone can watch as the money goes up or whatever, and it still makes you nervous a bit because you don't know like what it's going to hit, how much is this going to cover for printing. Like we're very fortunate to be working with Clover Press, who first of all their big thing is making sure they release a quality product. Like they're not just about the story. Obviously, they want to have great stories and art, but they want that book. Like you felt Armored, right? That hardcover is quality printing.
Yes.
Like they just go. They're like, if we're going to release a book, it has to be 100%. No, 1,000%. They don't want it to be cheap. What's the point of making something cheap? People are going to buy this and keep this on their shelves. So we're very fortunate in that. So anyways, they handle a lot of the Kickstarter. We're just there to help promote and give feedback and stuff like that. But I do find Kickstarter has changed a bit since the very first Armored Kickstarter. There has been a shift, right? Like even Clover is a bit guilty of this in that there's a lot more of the big, like Clover licenses Marvel properties and releases art books through Kickstarter. But that just means that there's a lot of big companies doing that. Is it Dynamite that does it with Thundercats? And they did it with the Transformers and stuff. So we're competing with these big brands now. So it has changed the game a bit. And I think people who are going into Kickstarter, you have to have realistic expectations. Like, don't set your goals to 20K. You might not hit it. Like, don't be realistic. What amount do you need to print? That's, I think, what Clover looks at things like. Hey, if we can hit this for printing, we're great. Yeah.
Yeah, and I is talking to a bunch of creators, and obviously we talk to a lot of people doing Kickstarters, whether it's their first time, multiple times. You get there's certain senses you get. Like, we had a friend of ours who did a Kickstarter and it went through. And one of the things that I praised it for is like not going too much. Like it wasn't like, hey, there's like 15 different covers and all these things. It was basically, 2 covers, go ahead. But that was like, I'm like, that's the way to go, especially for your first one. Cause you don't want to go, obviously if you have a built-in fan base, you can go ahead and do the art prints and the multiple covers and stuff like that because you have a fan. But when you're getting it out there the first time, it's always like, oh, do it this way. And so where it goes with that was, I'll agree with you. Clover does an amazing job with the packaging. The Armored hardcover is fantastic. The dust jacket on it is super sturdy. It's like everything about it is really, really good. And that right there preaches it on. Quality is also what you're looking for because everybody who's on there doesn't necessarily go with the best stuff. So
there is such a temptation to do. I love variant covers. Like the very even before the hardcover when we did issue 1 and 2 on Kickstarter, we were like, let's do 8 covers across issue issue 1 and 2, but I don't know if you should do that now, right? Like, I think it's you're gonna have to print all those. It's gonna cost a lot of money. Like, just give the fans the book and some quality thing. And Clover is smart. Like with Till Death, there's 2 versions. You don't have to buy both versions. It has the same cover. It's just one's a bit fancier. And I highly recommend that version.
Well, that's the version that I back. So there you go.
Everyone should get that one.
I throw this out there. I am the collector, so that's always comes on. Like famously, we had another creator on that was doing basically the run of the whole thing in every single alternate cover. So there's 3 per book, and Ken just looks at, like, as he's saying this, Ken just looks at me and just is like, "Are you? Which one are you buying?" And I'm like, I'm about to be in trouble with my wife, and that is. The fact that my wife sees these things that say Kickstarter next to them when they fall through and is still with me preaches how much she loves me, because oh boy, lately my Kickstarter bills have been pretty high. Anyways,
quality investments, though. That is the key word you sell.
Listen, investments. I regret none of it.
Oh, I know,
none of it. But she's understanding things. With that being said, though, after this, both of you, what do you guys got going on? What's future projects can we look forward to?
Oh, you just tell them what you're doing. Yeah.
Well, I'm currently like in a new career path. So I'm back at school for spiritual care and psychotherapy. I'm working in a hospital right now with patients, and I love it. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, my wife's in the medical field too, so it's like I completely understand that. That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. She won't give up writing. Like, don't get it's just the industry is different. Like we've made careers in the film and TV industry. Like Rachel was a showrunner for a number of years on The Next Step, and won a BAFTA award for it. And it's changed. It's changed quite a bit. We were primarily in kids TV and film, and that has changed drastically. So it's good. Someone's gonna have a real job in the family.
I think I just lost a bit of the passion. Like when it becomes your career, it changes how you create. And so I'm kind of excited to go back to just creating what I
can
like.
understand.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And would you say that with Till Death? It just, you feel that passion.
Yeah, it was I wasn't commissioned. Like I didn't have to like take some like crappy idea and make a show out of it. Like it just was something we always loved, and so I really enjoyed it.
Rachel has brought a lot of graphic novels over her career to adapt. Not a lot of good ones too. Some good ones. Some good ones, yeah.
Don't be like they were all bad, but you never know. Like some of them probably were. I can only imagine.
No, sometimes it's execs being like, "I have this idea."
Oh, that's like, there's a lot of that.
Like, okay,
I have an idea. Yeah.
I was
now they come with an idea plus a ChatGPT piece of paper, and you're like, "This is nothing. You've given me nothing to work with."
I can only imagine what that's like dealing with, because like I said, we're hearing stories like Kevin Smith's famous, like how he ended up rating the Superman treatment was like, well, they offered me Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian, and like something was based off of an Outer Limits episode that was only 30 minutes long, but they wanted to adapt it into an hour-and-a-half movie, and you're just like, and you just sit there and you're like, when I heard that story, I went, yeah, I don't know. Somebody asked me that, I'd be like, really? Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian? Like, what made you jump to Goes Hawaiian? I don't know. That would have been my question, but not. Michael, what do you got working? What are you working on?
I'm back in production. I'm very fortunate. I've nice. Jumped back into animation production. I can't talk too much about it, but maybe by the time this movie or this book comes like to actual stores, I might be able to talk about it. But yes, it's a pretty big animated movie. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Right on.
All right, definitely gonna keep our eyes out for that one. Before we let you go, though, we got a couple fun questions for you. Obviously, you alluded to you're big ghost story fans. What is both your personal favorite ghost stories of all time?
I mean, The Changeling is great.
I was going to say the same.
The Canadian one, not the Angelina Jolie one.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with
Angelina Jolie. The 1980s Canadian. Yeah. Okay.
The Others. Yeah. I love The Others.
Yeah, The Uninvited, a 1940s ghost movie.
That's so good.
When we remember how I told you we moved to LA, we basically lived there for 3 months, and we just went to the New Beverly Cinema every day and watched whatever they were playing. And there was a lot of ghost movies during that time that were playing, so we watched everything.
Yeah, The Uninvited.
Right.
Also, like books, like any Shirley Jackson, like Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
We Have Always Lived in the Castle, which isn't a ghost story, but it's equally creepy. The Lottery, obviously, is super creepy. Anything Shirley Jackson writes.
Poltergeist is a big one for me
Right.
as a kid. That was probably my first real horror movie I saw as a kid, so that left a lasting impression. And Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Of course.
And The Frighteners. The Frighteners inspired this in a lot of ways. Yeah.
That's awesome. I think The Frighteners doesn't get as much credit as it should.
I know. It's so much fun.
Fan of that movie. So also we deal with a couple in this film. So what are your favorite couples in comics or media? You can pick any form of media, but if you want to pick comics,
Well, with Jimmy Palmiotti and oh my God, what's his wife?
Amanda Connor.
Sorry,
Amanda Connor.
thank you, Amanda Connor. Yes, that's a great couple. What other couples in film, TV, comics can you think of?
Like on screen or off?
they can be on screen or off screen, whichever you prefer.
Fictional, non-fictional? Okay.
Or you'd be like Reed Sue Richards, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're great.
I mean, Harold and Maude also inspired the comic,
Yes,
but they're fictional.
they're fictional.
Fictional's fine.
Peter Jackson and Fran Walsh, they work together a lot, right? You know, like all their movies since I think Dead Alive, maybe they work together. So like The Frighteners, I think that she wrote it with him. Maybe I don't know. I'd have to look, but they wrote the Lord of the Rings movies together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're definitely going to be adding Rachael Schaefer and Michael Schwartz to that list because as soon as everybody sees this book and gets this, trust me, you're going to be up in that conversation easily. Till Death is an amazing read from start to finish. It's going to send you on a roller coaster of emotions you don't want to get off of. This is a book that you can't afford to miss. In the liner notes of the episode on YouTube and in podcast form is the links for the Kickstarter. And I'm also throwing in a link for Armored as well, because if you're not familiar with that book for whatever reason, I'm not judging, but I will judge you if you don't go get that book. That is amazing as well. Rachel, Michael, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. We definitely have to catch up with you after the book is fully out.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ken and Rich.
Yeah, we'd love that.
Thank you.
Thanks so
And
much.
on behalf of Rich and myself, thank you for watching another edition of Fanlight Zone Presents. We'll see you next time.